Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Loza. We're back and we're playing Dorbickmon OTK. I just won locals with it and it's probably my favorite deck ever, and it's probably the only red deck I'm really going to dive into at any point if you don't count Crossheart. So anyway, for DorBRICK, that's going to be the standard. No other megas, no other level 7s. I just thought I'd get that out of the way first because you need to see this card to be able to do everything. If you don't see it, you're just playing Rookie Rush and it feels bad. Now, it's not exactly Rookie Rush. We only play 16 rookies. The best one, of course, is Promo Guilmon. You'll know what this does. Draw a card. And, of course, I'm just going to show off the egg. It's got to be the Digimon, so we're getting the extra draws with the Guilmon. So draw 2. Absolutely crazy card. Love that combo. Very insane. And because this is sadly a reptile, you cannot Digicross with it into your DorBRICK. That is unfortunate. However, the X antibody is a Dark Dragon. So two things. You can put this on the Digimon egg, and you still get a draw 1. Like, obviously, it's not draw 2, but it's still good when you don't open up the normal Guilmon, the Promo Guilmon. The other thing is, this, of course, can Digivolve on the Guilmon. If the Guilmon survives, you can Digivolve on it for 0, draw a card, delete something 3 KLS. So sometimes people will have those annoying memory blocking rookies or the on-play cost blocking rookies, which will block you from Digicrossing into DorBRICK for a reduced cost. So that's where this can actually come into effect. You have a Promo Guilmon, slap Guilmon X Antibody on it, and boom, you got another form of removal for those annoying rookies. So I love this card. I wouldn't change this. The added effect of adding 1k to deletion effects can help your Dorbickmon pop effect. It hasn't helped me yet, but I'm sure if I verse a deck with a Mega that's bigger than, 13k, maybe it'll come up. I think maybe against Examon, that'd be really nice. There's one more rookie we're going to play, but it doesn't really fit this line. It is the Agumon from BT. The Agumon from one of the decks. I don't remember where it's from, to be honest. But it gives 2k. When you attack a player, gain 2k. It's just the boy that gives you 2k when you attack a player. You love to see it. It's also a dinosaur. The other Agumons are reptiles, but any Agumon that has the wristbands is actually identifying as a dinosaur. So that's a random piece of lore. And it's relevant in this deck because, DorBRICK can only Digicross with Ceratopsians, dinosaurs, or anything with Saur in its name, and dragon, anything with dragon in its traits. So all these rookies, they're pretty good. Ideally, this is the one you want on the stack. Second priority is X Antibody, and if you really have to, you put this on the stack, but you really don't want to. Now, there is one more rookie, but this one is a bit of a meme. I see people not play this in their Dorbickmon lists, and I think they're wrong. We play this for a couple of reasons. Now, one of them is that we do have the Savior Huckmon unsuspend, which you might think is stupid, but trust me, it's more relevant than you think. It comes up way more than you think. Plus, this is just a simple discard 1, draw 2, and that's going to basically act like a copy of Fireball when you don't have a red source on the field. So a lot of the time, you'll promote your Guilmon, and sadly, you'll swing it into security, and it will die. You'll draw 2, obviously, but it will die. You can no longer play your Fireball, and if you start with Fireball, it passes turn, for example. So this is where System on Blunt comes in perfectly. Slap her down, discard a card, draw 2. Great, love it. It's really good for mulliganing that hand, just getting rid of the double copies of stuff we have coming up very soon. So let's go on to the level 4s. This is probably the boring part of the deck. I like the level 5s in this deck. They're way more interesting. So I should have a 4th copy of this. I just want to say this list isn't optimized. I think I can make it better. And I'm missing Security Greymon as well. I'll just make that clear from the get-go. I reckon this is a 4 of, and Security Greymons a 1 to 2 of. Probably a 2 of because it's cheap to evolve as well. Scatter Mode's really good. One, it's a dragon. For those of you who don't know, it's a Dark Dragon. That's so stupid because DorBRICK just needs dragon in name or in our trait. Obviously, draw 3, discard 2 is great. Mulligan that hand, fix it up, make it better. Sometimes I drew all 3 of these in a game today, but it was still fine. Like, this card is just crazy. It does have jamming sometimes. You swing it in, it just will not die. But most of the time, this card is great. I think it's a 4 of kind of, I guess if you're playing the system on, you don't have to play 4, but yeah. All right, next we'll get into some of the Guilmon champions. We've got a Growlmon. Now, this could go up because the memory game from this was really good. And this isn't as good. So the X Antibody is like the X Antibody. Guilmon gives an additional 1,000 to the DP reduction effects. I just played it because it counts as 2 different names for Dorbick. But it's probably better off with 2 of this because the memory gain is that good. And people try to leave you at 2 or 1 because they're like, oh, now you can't Digicross into Dorbick. And then you gain with Growlmon and another card I'm playing later. And you just do. Stick around till the end. I got a lot of cards that gain memory and I got a spicy tech right at the end. But yeah, I like the 2 different names. I think that's always good. Next, we've got some security rookies, champions rather. Draw 2 from this one, absolutely nuts coming out of set, can really win you the game. It's a dragon, it's a dinosaur. You can Digicross with both of these for your Dorbick. Ideally, these just come out of sec. You do draw them sometimes. It's easy to just discard them because no inheritable. But sometimes you just use them for your Digicross because they do fit the requirements. So kind of like the scatter mode, you don't want to cross with it, but if you have to, like you can, and that's really nice. Our last card here, we've got second last card, we've got a regular Greymon, the gain 2k Greymon. Just a flat 2k on your turn and a 4 to drop. Not bad at all, not bad at all. It means if you combined this Greymon with this Agumon, your Dorbick's already at 16k, which is really nice. And the final level 4 that I'm playing is the one hybrid. This Burning Greymon is a Dark Dragon. So yes, I Digicrossed with it today. Obviously, you can use it for hybrid for game as well. We are playing some Tamers, only 2, but we'll get to them soon. I think you could even go up on this since it's a Dark Dragon. Like, it'd be fine to play more copies. But I really like my champion lineup. Like, I evolved into these a couple of times today, but you really don't want to. It's only when your hand's bad that you have to do that. Ideally, you're just, playing Systemon, playing Fireball, or playing Scatter Mode to pass turn. Caudramon, if the Tamers are set up, is okay, but it's not ideal compared to, say, Scatter Mode. And yeah, Burning Greymon, still haven't used it for hybrid for game, but like it's also a Dark Dragon, so why not play it? It's great. So changes I would make. Security Greymon should definitely be in here, and I'll probably be cutting one of my options for that, which I'll talk about when I get to it. And a 4th Scatter Mode should go in, which would probably cut another one of my weird options. But yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good. As I said, maybe it's fine to just play the 3 if you're playing the Systemon. Some people are playing the Systemons, but I think those people are capping a little bit, to be honest. All right, moving on to the level 5s, we've got a bunch of guys who just say Security Plus. So we've got 2 Jazarichmon. I don't know if that's right, but 2 Jazarichmon. He's cool. 2 Master Tyrannomon, which is the worst one because it evolves for 4. You never evolve in this deck, but just in case. 2 Volcanodramon. All of these just say Security Plus 1. If we get another card that says Security Plus 1, like, I'm thinking it might be better to, like, kind of play it like this. So you never brick on it. But some games you really need the second, you don't see it. And, like, you always have the Systemon and Scatter Mode discard. So you just discard the extra copies. Because DorBRICK has to have different names. So if I have 2 of these, like, the second one's useless. So I just discard it. Or it's a dead card, which sucks. So I have had that issue a little bit, which has made me want to cut down these to 1. I think 2's fine, though. Because sometimes 1's in sec. And you rarely ever see them together. If you open both, like, it's really unlucky. It does happen, but it shouldn't happen that much. We'll move on to the techie level 5s. We've got Savior Huck, which with the sister will just let you unsuspend. Let me just find a sister. If sister's just out, you're able to unsuspend when you attack. So your Dorbick is just absolutely loving that. You swing it in. You just don't swing your sister yet. You save it. Swing it in, get to unsuspend. Do your checks, and then you can swing. And yeah, that's just 3 checks then and there, so that's really nice. The other 2, these are like your other copies of Savior Huck to some degree. You could probably just get away with 1-on-1, but like unsuspending is so important. But sometimes you can't trigger this because your opponent has multiple cards out with multiple sources. The Digimon says if your opponent has Digimon with no sources on them, this card can unsuspend when attacking. So that's really good. I find it's easier to trigger the Savior Huckmon of having a sister out, but both of these can just not be relevant. So, I don't know. Maybe 1-on-1's fine. Maybe 2-on-1's fine. But it's wild. And people will say, well, people can have stuff out and, like, this can be dead. But most of the time when you go into DorBRICK, you're able to pop, their main stack. And that's normally enough for this to then let you unsuspend. Unless they've got random other shit on board, of course. But once again, if they've got random rookies, it's fine because they don't have sources. So you just need them to have only a board with no sources. Which, obviously, we don't source strip. So it's just a bit of luck of the draw. That's why Savior sometimes is better. But anyway, they're like your options for that. And then I'm playing the 1 Lava Garidamon. This just says when an opponent's Digimon's deleted, if you have on play effect, gain a memory. And of course, DorBRICK has an on play effect, so we will be gaining that memory. This combos really nicely with the Growlmon because you just gain 2 memory. So if your opponent leaves you on 1, you can still go into your DorBRICK as long as these 2 are underneath and you're able to delete something. Super, super good because, people think they're safe at 1 memory and you can just be like, lol, no. Or that means you can go into a DorBRICK with 3 memory. Let's say you have a Tamer up, you can go into a DorBRICK for 1, and that means you can go into a hybrid for game right after that. So yeah, I'm thinking about bumping up the ratios on these because gaining that memory has been really nice. And that is it for the level 5s. I don't know if I'll change anything about them just yet. I'm pretty happy with the 5s. The 6s, you know what they are. It's your Dorbicks. You gotta play them. Play 4. Easy. All right, options. You gotta play Fireball at 4. You just do. I'm playing the extra Hero of the Sky. Some people are playing more of this. I think that's fine too. But I don't like that it doesn't activate in sec. Like, it just comes to hand, which is still good, obviously, but draw 2 is better, in my opinion. And, like, yeah, it has to kill a 3k, and then if it can't, draw 2. But I still think this is always better because there's a lot of 3k rookies that cuck you, and you don't want to be cucked by them. You want to be able to go on your DorBRICK. So Fireball good, play 3. Play 4, play 4. They're the fun options. Let's get into the techier options. I'm going to save one of them for last though. I should probably show the tamers just so I can get through them. Just one tie, one hero. Some people play a third tamer, but you'll see what I'm playing instead at the end. Gain sec, gain DP, both are good, so I like playing both. Here we go, we've got Crimson, pretty generic, but I might actually cut it, because half the time when you can, like, use this, it's just better to go for Dorbick. So yeah, I don't know, I'd rather just draw and go for Engine. It sounds dumb, but that's my feeling on this card as well. I think this should be cut completely. Like, it came out of sec today and was really nice, but I feel like it's better to just have Engine cards, and maybe even just more Hero of the Skies than to have this stuff, but maybe that's wrong. Crimson's a really good card, and it outs the problematic rookies that stop you from Digi-Crossing, so maybe I'm capping and I keep this, but I think this card sucks and shouldn't be played in a deck as aggressive as this. Crimson's alright though. Next we've got A Delicate Plan. This is just the icing on the cake. Like, when you have DorBRICK and this, you need 4 memory, or if you got the, you know, the gain memory guys, you can play it easier. But I feel like it's not even that necessary. Sometimes you just win so early that this doesn't matter. But it's there, it adds to hand in sec, like, it's okay. I could see me cutting these two though, just for more Engine cards to be a bit more consistent, but yeah. All right, the final card of the build, the icing on the cake, the card that made me win many games today, Gravity Crush. I love this card. I know it has no security effect and it's terrible for that, but no one expects the gain 2 from a red deck, and that's just insane, right? And as I was saying earlier today, I was able to DorBRICK twice. On one, was I left on 1 memory or 2 memory? I think I was left on, yeah, I was left on 2. But I had a lot of cards in my hand. I'd drawn a lot this game, but I hadn't found the Dorbick. I'm pretty sure my first stack looked something like this. So sec, secure, memory, and yeah, just DorBRICK, delete something, gain the 2 memory, swing for 4. Went into the Gravity Crush, which let me, I had enough cards in hand to do it from hand, so I just slapped under whatever and the other DorBRICK, and you push the card sideways, you win the game. What you're looking for in Mulligan is normally these cards grouped together, preferably these 2, but like at the minimum these 2, or the Agumon if it has to be. And you know, you want to go second with this deck, but let's say you're forced to go first. If you see this hand, you can at least go Digimon, draw a card for that Guilmon, play the Fireball, draw 2, and then at your turn, next turn you're gonna promote swing this, and you're gonna have so many cards in your hand, it's turn 2. So yeah, that's ideally your turn 1 play, regardless of first or second, but it's just easier to do going second. All right, that was all I've got for my Dorbickmon. I'd love to see your builds, or let me know what you change in your builds. I know some people like to play Omnimons on level 7s, but in my opinion, if you can't play the Blitz Omnimon, like, there's no point playing anything, right? Like, the Blitz Omnimon is that good, and the fact that it doesn't work with Dorbickmon's Rush effect is kind of stupid. I really hate it. I understand why it doesn't work, but it's just dumb. I know people like X-Antibody Omnimon, but I think it's just better to not play a 7 and just focus on kind of rookie rushing or champion rushing if you don't see the cards you need. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you very soon. See ya.